Together, Ireland and America are always marching forward toward a better world, toward a better life, and one of greater liberty, greater dignity, and greater equity, opportunity, and possibilities for everybody, possibilities. I was with Xi Jinping a couple years ago on the Tibetan Plateau, and he asked me, could I define America? And I said, this is recorded by him as well, I said, yes, in one word. He said, what's that? I said, possibilities. Think about it. What defines us as Americans? We think anything is possible. Anything is possible. We do it together. Well, together, Ireland and America have always moved onward for a better future. One of greater liberty, greater dignity, greater equality, opportunity, and possibility. And even when those barriers seem so thick and so strong, even when we face sorrow, setbacks, and divisions, and darkness. Together, we've always persevered, Ireland and the United States. We've always held out hope and horizons that we've not yet seen. You know, I often say that the Irish are the only people in the world who are nostalgic about tomorrow. Think about it. That's an original quote, unfortunately. But that seems who we are. And I often say that because wherever there's a yearning for freedom, wherever there is a call for progress, people around the world, they can always count on Ireland and the United States to be on their side, not just for hope, but to help them on their march forward. We see this in our support of Ukraine and the people in the face of Putin's vicious onslaught against Ukraine. Taoiseach, we had a meeting earlier today. I told you that I'm deeply grateful for Ireland's unwavering humanitarian aid to the people of not only Ukraine, but also Gaza. I'm committed to continue to do our part. I'm confident the vast majority, and excuse me for saying this, but I think a vast majority of members of Congress are willing to do their part and to continue to urge every member in this room to stand up to Vladimir Putin. He's a thug. He's a thug. And I urge you to send me the National Security Bill now. The bill includes funding for Ukraine and Israel, and maybe equally important, humanitarian assistance to Gaza. They badly need it. And it sends a clear message. America stands up for freedom, and we bow down to no one in the world. You know, I said in Belfast last year, where we marked the 25th anniversary of the Belfast Good Friday Agreement, I'm also committed to protecting peace and progress in Northern Ireland. We all know that we feel, I assume all of us feel the same way. That includes Northern Ireland's newest leaders, Minister O'Neill and your Deputy First Minister. Are you guys here? Stand up. Thank you. As a friend of mine from Claymont, Delaware would say, who would have thunk it? Thankfully, you're here. And look, to both of you, thank you for reminding us what possibilities there are as we work across the aisle and rise above long-standing disagreements. Let me close with this. I think we stand at an inflection point, not only in American history, but in world history, where the decisions we make now are going to determine what the next 3, 4, 5, 6 decades are going to look like. And I believe history's watching. I think history is watching. Today, let us resolve the march forward with each other and all those who seek a better future. Like our ancestors, remember, no barrier is too thick or too strong for Ireland and the United States to get through. There's nothing our nations can't do together when we work together. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm confident there's not a thing we can't do if we work together. And I say the same thing. Remember, it's the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. We work together. So my prayer today is we continue, we increase our working together. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you for your remarks, Mr. President. And our next guest, though he is now leading a country, and I believe he is the youngest to ever hold his office, he started out, you may not know this, as an intern in these very halls more than 2 decades ago. And while this is my first time having the pleasure to meet him in person, he's no stranger to this lunch either. He's been in leadership for quite some time, and he's done a few of these. Will you please join me in welcoming our guest of honor from the Republic of Ireland, the Taoiseach.
Gwyniwsla, Accordia, Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, members of Congress, First Minister, Deputy First Minister, esteemed friends and colleagues. It is an honour and a privilege to be back among friends here in Washington, D.C. today. And thank you, Mr. Speaker, for continuing the tradition of hosting this lunch today. We are very appreciative. I believe that Ireland is perhaps the only country in the world that can get away with turning our national holiday into an international week of events, or in some places a whole month. We're also unique in having a national holiday where the head of government and all the senior ministers leave the country to celebrate it around the world with our diaspora and our friends and our allies. St. Patrick's Day is more than our national holiday. It is an international moment. It's when we get to share our story with the world, a story of faith in the future, no matter what the obstacles, hope in our ability to work together for the greater good, and of charity towards those who are experiencing suffering. As the President acknowledged, since we last gathered here last year, the institutions of the Good Friday Agreement have returned, and it's hugely significant that we're joined here today by the First Minister and the Deputy First Minister, Michelle O'Neill and Emma Little-Pengelly, two women from different political traditions who are showing what can be achieved working together, holding jointly a co-equal office as heads of government of Northern Ireland. It is so good to have both of you here today. And it's really good to see colleagues here as well, ministers and members of the Northern Ireland Assembly, including the Speaker of the Assembly, Mr. Poots. Also to see members of the House of Commons here too, and members of Dáil Éireann and Oireachtas here too as well. So very much seeing all three strands of the Good Friday Agreement, the totality of relationships, Northern Ireland, North, South and East, West, all represented here today, which makes this a very special moment. And I want on behalf of all of us to thank the United States and members from both sides of the aisle, and indeed beyond politics, for what you've done to help make Ireland and Northern Ireland a place where young people can dream of coming times brighter than their grandparents could ever have dared imagine. So thank you for your role in giving us back our future. We'll forever remember the steadfast work of so many members of Congress, Democrat and Republican, as well as successive administrations over the years who have made this possible. Throughout the entirety of the peace process, the Friends of Ireland caucus have been our resolute friends. And on behalf of the Irish people, thank you for your commitment to Ireland. Our country is so grateful for your friendship, for your leadership, and for your enduring support. So thank you so much. Mr. Speaker, someday soon, we would really like to welcome you to Ireland. So consider this the official invitation. We'd love to show you around. And of course, last year we had the pleasure of showing President Biden around the country. Although he knows it so well, I don't think he needed a tour guide. But it was a wonderful opportunity for him to reconnect with relatives and friends, and also to make new ones. Mr. Speaker, today, as we run into St. Patrick's Day, I'm thinking very much of the prayer of St. Patrick, which was alluded to earlier, as we face the most complicated and difficult circumstances in the world, problems that have no easy answers, which demand that we do our best to repel the forces of darkness, to defend our values, and to shield the innocent. I'm thinking of St. Patrick's prayer today for strength and protection against every cruel and merciless power. When I reflect on the war being waged by Russia against Ukraine, the light of democracy, the rule of international law, and liberty itself are under attack from a relentless adversary who would extinguish them. Ukraine must not fall, and together we need to stand by Ukraine for as long as it takes. I'm also thinking of St. Patrick's prayer today when he prayed for the wisdom to guide us, when I reflect on the catastrophe that's unfolding in the Middle East, the savage attacks of October 7th in Israel, and the terrible violence and loss of human life in Gaza, which has followed and continues, and we very much want that to end. These are global challenges that demand our courage, our empathy, and our action, and we pray for the wisdom of St. Patrick in facing them. Mr. Speaker, over 100 years ago, Ireland and the US established diplomatic relations, the oldest republic welcoming the newest member of the international community. And since then, it's a relationship that has grown on respect, friendship, and shared kinship. So thank you so much for helping us in those 100 years to take our place among the nations of the world. We look forward to working with America for the next 100 years, a second century of friendship and alliance. Laila Podrick, son of Díobh Gallair, happy St. Patrick's Day, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Taoiseach, and thank you again, Mr. President. I am proud to welcome now our entertainment for the day. Born in Dublin and raised based in New York City, violinist Gregory Harrington is one of Ireland's most recognized violinists with a wide range encompassing classical music to jazz to crossover. As a Billboard charting artist, Mr. Harrington has released 6 critically acclaimed albums and has even opened the St. Patrick's Day Parade on NBC in New York, and that's a big deal. Last year, he gave his 5th performance to a sold-out Carnegie Hall, celebrating the 20th anniversary of becoming the first Irish violinist to ever give a full solo debut at that venue. Gregory is joined today by Juilliard alumnus Sebastian Stogger, cellist and conductor Stephen Tchaikovsky. We also have the pleasure of welcoming several dancers, because, you know, you can't have an Irish gig without a dancer, right? Joe Duffy, Kendall Griffler, and Elise Transon have toured across the globe with numerous Irish dance shows. Joe is also the founder and director of the District Irish Dance Academy based here in the nation's capital. Please join me in welcoming these great friends of Ireland to the stage now.
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for that introduction. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, Taoiseach, Ambassador, distinguished guests. In March 2013, I had the invitation to perform for the Irish American Hall of Fame. The honoree that day was the then Vice President Biden. And me being me, I didn't want to just play. I wanted to do something quite unique for him. So I did my research, and I found out that his great-great-grandfather, I think it was Ambrose's father, was a blind Irish fiddler that hailed from County Louth. So I found an incredible Irish composer who was also blind from County Louth, and I did a piece by him, but I reimagined, I rearranged. And after the performance, the Vice President came over, and he was so gracious in congratulating me. And we talked about loss, and we talked about Yeats, and we talked about just how difficult it is to be on stage and to present. And just as he was departing, he leaned in, gave me a wry smile, and he said, "Greg, if I had your talent, I'd be president." So apparently, Mr. President, you have this in abundance. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get to some incredible traditional Irish music. But first, I want to celebrate what Irish culture is and how contemporary Irish culture is. And we have one of the icons, one of the greatest musical exports that comes out of Ireland. My inner narcissist usually thinks that's me, but I digress. This is a piece from a 1989 album called Rattle and Hum, where the band explored collaborations with B.B. King, with Bob Dylan, and with the Harlem Gospel Choir. This is the iconic song All I Want Is You from the little-known Irish band U2. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for your wonderful invitation to perform here today.
Styling. Sorry. Are you cool? You cool for this? No, keep going, guys. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, guys, we need room here. Guys, I need everyone in the pen. Everyone in the pen. There's no room for the pool. No room for the pool in the pen, guys.
I'm just finding you. I'm finding you and put my thing down. I know. You always know where to go, man.
Just so you know.
I know. Yeah, no, really. I should be there. I go on there. You know what? Oh, please.
I will. This is far.
No, I'm not. It's real people.
Right here is not
random. Yeah.
Guys, we're on this pool spot there. I need you to move. Carlin, this is you.
I'm going to be coming over here. I'm going to be coming right here. Yeah, when.
Everybody's got to be this way.
Got to be down.
The stanchion area needs to move into a stanchion area.
Get you guys over here.
I'm just letting you know when I swing around, I'm going to be occupying this space.
I get one here. I don't see him. They're going up. Okay, well. Bring your turn in here.
I know. It's really
Guys, I need
Irish press over here.
I know.
Not my power area. We're all over here. All Irish press.
Are you going to be able to get the door? Just the run from where we are to the door, where people are standing, you don't have any shot.
I'm talking about right here. You're gonna pan that way. You're gonna have to be down. That's where my lens is swinging. Because I'm swinging right through your head, right here. Yep. Hey, cameras still? Can you bring your cameras down a little bit on the tripod? Just bring it down if you can. You two, these two cameras right here. If you can bring them down.
These are the pool cameras.
Yeah, but all I'm asking is we've been here since forever, and if you could just bring the camera down so we can swing around and get a shot. That's all we're asking.
We want everyone who's here to be able to swing their cameras.
Miss, I'm going to be swinging around this way. No, you can't fit in there. You can't fit in there.
We're just trying to swing to get the door, guys.
That's all we're doing.
Thank you.
And White House travel, just so you all know, your vehicles are there.
But the president's over there.
Go that way. And I owe Christine something.
I know, I'm like, oh.
Guys, are you all okay with your swing shot?
As long as she gets shut
I'm your travel pool. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
It's like steel.
That's reasonable. I can be out.
Karen, are you tight? Yeah. Okay, I'm wide in there.
Miss, can you put your backpack down because you're hitting my tripod? Thank you.
I know, I don't want to, like, they're going to run me when this is over. So,
No, all I'm asking is you.
I don't want to get shot. I also...
Yeah, I understand. And if we work together now.
They let you drive the car?
I know.
You ever done this before?
So I really like watching our shit dancing like more towards than anything ever. Because it was like my entire life. I became a freshman. Like once I was a freshman in college, I was like, really bad at everything. I had like 3 stress from dancing. If you would understand, I'll show you the videos. Like, your feet on the ground. Well, there's songs in the first day where you're like, yeah, like, so I had to stretch back with my foot, so I had to like take a break. And I just started high school, and it was sort of like, okay, like, do I like? It was kind of a good time where it was like, okay, do I want to like keep going, and like get more competitive and like spend more time doing this, or do I want to like focus on school and like make friends and do other activities? Because I was good when I was young. Like, I wasn't the best. There's like different levels. And I was in, I was about to be, like, I was like, and I was like, okay, could I put myself in, like, could I keep going and like make it to a bit I'm actually a reporter. Oh, it's one of my favorite hobbies. Yeah, hold it up. It's a flat scaling. And so I'm going to try to get Paphos to take a picture of it and score back to that.
So now we know why that's there. Now we know.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Just why? What's that? He was here. Yeah. He's also. I don't know if you're. He does. So he actually. Of the first
So like, they didn't even know that. That's what I mean, yeah. That's, there was one of them that was on. She was like in the video.
Yes, he definitely. Oh, you said you're good. People around him, yeah. They're smart. I was yelling, you let me watch my phone. Oh, I guess that's right. I know. You're wearing green. Yeah. Don't look down. Yeah. I didn't know. We were just looking for someone. No, we knew this. We were deciding we were just trying to figure out.
They're leaving now.
White House? Actually, are you White House? No. I know. You know, you might be in my videos. Back of your head. No. You know, I got the best. Oh, wait, no. There's your hair.
All right, good job, people. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, we're still doing this? Oh. Wait, we're still doing this.
Oh, is he coming out?
No, they didn't.
Oh, shit.